Yes, it's time for another virtual drag race. This time I've got the 2024 Subaru BRZ TS variant. So this is a special edition kind of thing, STI tuned, Brembo brakes and other trimmings, versus the 2024 Mazda MX-5 GT RS. Again, this is kind of it's not really a special edition, but it's special compared with the rest of the MX-5 range. Bilstein suspension, bigger brakes, and also a track mode for the stability control system. Both feature a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, but the Subaru is 2.4 litres while the MX-5 is 2 litres. The Subaru, of course, is a boxer, so flat, horizontally opposed pistons, whereas the MX-5 just an inline 4. The MX-5 does have a bit of a disadvantage because it only produces 135 kilowatts versus 174 in the Subaru, but the MX-5 is lighter. To make things a bit complicated, where I get my stats from, Redbook, they're not always reliable, but it's got the Kerb weight for the MX-5 and only the tare weight for the BRZ. So the power to weight ratio is not quite equal. Tare weight only includes 10 litres of petrol and other things, whereas Kerb weight includes full fluids. I'll try and find the official stats there so I can get both Kerb or both tare weights and flash up the power to weight ratio there. But on those Redbook figures, the Subaru does have a better power to weight ratio, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. It is a dewy morning here today with the Subaru, but it's going to be pretty warm today, so the temperature is not that far different from the MX-5, which was recorded during the middle of the day, but just the tarmac is going to be a bit cold and it's a bit dewy. For the V-Box test, I'm going to dry out the road by going up and down. I do this quite a bit off camera with other videos, you wouldn't know, but I'll try and get the best launch I can with the BRZ with the external shots, but just keep in mind the V-Box results at the end are the absolute best results I got today, for both models as well, when I did the MX-5. The Subaru does wear 215 Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyres, whereas the MX-5 wears 205 tyres. So they're a bit thinner, but the MX-5, of course, is lighter. And it's also recorded during the middle of the day where the tarmac's a bit hotter, or a bit warmer, sorry. So I don't know, it should be an equal test. Both of them are very popular. Ever since the Mustang has sort of dropped off a little bit in terms of sales, waiting for the new model to arrive, probably. The BRZ does sometimes score as the best-selling sports car in its specific class, according to VFAX. The MX-5 does sometimes, is sometimes the bestseller as well, but not as often as the BRZ. So as usual, I'm going to set up the camera at 4 different spots down the quarter mile, exact same positions. I've got it marked out on the tarmac, and we can find out what a drag race would look like if they were both side by side. Apart from the time of the day, the weather is about the same. As I said, it's a bit cooler today compared with when I did the MX-5, but it was a colder day. So yeah, it should be a very interesting test. There we have it. The Subaru just gets there in the end. Only just though. I can't believe how close it is. I have scored a quicker result in the sort of BRZ Toyota GR86 before. Sorry about that, son. So the BRZ or the GR86 is slightly quicker if you really wanted to take it to the drag strip and race them side by side. The MX-5, I managed to get a really good run, but I did try quite a bit to do that. As with all manuals, you can sit there all day and get a different time, pretty much, different result. To get the BRZ launching, it's best to kind of rev it up a bit. Whereas the MX-5, yeah, definitely, rev it right up and let the tyres smoke a little bit because it's got not much torque. So you need the engine revs and the power to help push it along. So what's the best? It's a really hard question actually. The MX-5 has the extra dimension of being able to flip back the roof, so that gives it a new style of driving, I guess. It is pretty interactive and fun out in the mountains or along a nice beach road or something like that. But then the Subaru does have 4 seats, although the seats are pretty cramped. You can use them, so that gives it a sort of advantage as well. I don't know, if I was after a track car and I wanted to, really focus on track driving, the Subaru is probably what I'd take because just it's safer having the roof there. The 2.4 litre engine, it's also got sort of more opportunities to tune it up as well if you wanted it to go a bit faster. The MX-5, on the other hand, is a great track car too, but yeah, having no roof kind of is a bit worrying, I guess. But you can always put a roll cage, and then you can also tune the 2 litre engine as well. So I don't know, I guess it all comes down to the price. The Subaru is a little bit cheaper. In terms of the specs that I've compared today. In terms of handling, these are both very enjoyable to drive. The suspension in the BRZ is a bit more tied down, especially compared with the regular MX-5 models, but this RS version with the Bilstein setup gets a little bit closer to the BRZ in terms of firmness. But overall, the MX-5 is a bit more comfortable, especially on country roads, with a little bit of body roll and some play so you can throw it around a bit. Both have excellent steering too, so you can really feel what's going on. I don't know, let me know what you think. What would you buy? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.